Hi everyone, today's topic is going to be safety in the workplace. So this is applicable to absolutely everybody. It doesn't matter where you work. You could work in an office full-time, you could be at a call center, you could be in a construction site, you could be in a manufacturing place. To some degree or another, there's always safety involved in our jobs, whether we think about it or not. A couple examples of that would be walking upstairs. Most places have stairs to walk through, or at least some steps maybe to get in or out of the building. Some steps, can be steeper than others. But either way, no matter what the scenario is, I'd like for you to think about where you work and how that's applicable to you. For me and myself, I work in construction, so there's a lot of various safety things that we can look out for when we are trying to think about how we can make our workplace safety and work there safely and also make it safer for everybody else. So that's according to the Bureau of Labor and Statistics, 45% of workplace accidents occur from employees that have been employed less than 12 months. One of the significant things about that statistic is that it's true across every industry. It doesn't matter if you're in construction or automotive or sales or what have you. And those are incidents. It's not necessarily an injury. That could be workplace damage. That could be, it could be a trip or fall, right? Something like that. Maybe on the icy parking lot in the wintertime. And typically the correlation with that is being new. It doesn't matter how old you are, but just being new at a job site, you tend to get kind of tunnel vision in what you're trying to do, and there's many other reasons of why. Maybe they're younger people and they're not comfortable in their workplace yet, asking for help or asking for assistance with something, so they try to do it themselves, and it'll lead up to an incident of some kind. Either way, we always have methods that we can use to prevent injuries, right? All accidents are preventable. We just have to think of it in that way, right? So we'll start with pre-task planning before you do any task, whether it's sitting down at your computer station to check your emails in the morning, or maybe even grab your cup of coffee before you sit at your desk, or you're climbing steps to go out to your construction site to do stretch and flex in the morning. Either way, we plan our tasks before we start them. Part of that is making sure that we have the right tools for the job. So, in like an office environment, it would be a chair, right? We have to have a chair to sit at our desk. A couple things that go along with that is, having ergonomics. We're going to be at this desk for a very long time, so some of the things that would look like planning for that would be having lumbar support in your chair, or having a keypad that sits under your wrist so your wrists aren't bent all day. Things like that, so you don't become injured over time with an ergonomic strain, right? Carpal tunnel in your wrists. And the last point that kind of goes along with pre-task planning is for any jobs that have manuals, right? Anything that we have to reference a manual or any type of instruction with, that's pretty big. Also additionally for anybody who is in a construction craft or anything like that, pre-task planning also includes using certain gear like eye protection, right? Or we use gloves. We use gloves to protect our hands, and a hard hat, right? With hearing protection. So for loud noises, so there's always planning that we can do to make sure that we stay safe in our environment, no matter what it is. Another point to that would be training for the tasks that we do, and we usually do that through work center training, PowerPoints, or when we onboard into a new company, workplace policies, get involved with that, and also on the job training. For those of us, most of us, we will have some type of on-the-job training with somebody, right? We shadow somebody for a certain amount of time, or we tag along with a crew, right? Something like that. And I'd say the last big point to preventing injuries in a workplace and making sure that we prevent our accidents is corrective actions, right? So that could be if we have a known issue or an issue that comes along, like we get an ergonomic strain in our wrists because we didn't use anything to help keep our wrists straight while we're using our keyboard. A corrective action that could be implemented in that case would be using those ergonomic pads. It could be modifying our procedures. So maybe instead of using that particular type of keyboard, we use the keyboard that breaks apart and it's more ergonomically friendly for us. And then the last point kind of that goes along with making proper corrective actions is we can also do behavioral changes. And that includes changing the way we behave in our work center and our work area, things like that. But overall, with pre-task planning, training, and using corrective actions, all injuries are preventable in a work center, no matter who it is or what type of environment we do work in. So keep that in mind when we are going to work every day, and look out for each other and think about some of the things that cause people injuries and what we can do to prevent it. Thank you.